Also, just one more thing. They had me also falsely arrested. That all of this is just a fabricated lie on their part. And they came up with this stuff to protect themselves and left my children out there in the cold to fend for themselves. Them, I will want my day in court. If you say that I'm guilty of something, prove it. I knew that it was a lie. So my thing is, I was gonna fight until the end, until the day I die, whichever one came first. These people in this court said that I failed to comply with a court order. They had me arrested, and I had to hire an attorney to go to court to prove my innocence. And then in the background, this is what people don't know, and I want people to know. Listen closely to this. The district attorney in the background, while I'm in court on charges of failure to comply with a court order, gonna try to get me to take a plea to a child neglect charge instead of the failure to comply with a court order. Failure to comply with a court order, I was told carried 10 years. That's what they was telling me in court. And they said that if I didn't plead guilty to a parental neglect charge, that they were going to come after me with everything that they had to try to get me on failure to comply with a court order. My thing is, oh well, so let's go. I'm ready. Let go. Because I was not going to admit to doing anything that I know that I had not done. And my thing was, if the charges came through this court, and this court is taking up the prosecution of my violating those charges, and you the one said I did something, you signed it, and you prosecuted me, then you should be able to prove your case. And like I said before, let go. I fought these people for 3 years. It took me over 3 years. And they ended up, I never got my day in court, which I begged for. I was ready to go to court. But they didn't let me have my day in court. They ended up no processing the case. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means dismissed. So you kept me in court. This is why I say the courts and stuff work together. You think that they don't. And it sounds crazy for somebody to say, oh, the courts and all these people working together against me. But let me inform you that the judges and those courts and those district attorneys, they work with the Department of Children and Family Services. They even told me that they weren't going to let my case go until I pled, in so many words, until I pled guilty to this parental neglect charge and agreed to pay a fine and take some parenting classes or something, even though they knew that the other judge on my child custody case, Judge Fallon, had said that he was not going to allow me to go forward with my child custody case until this criminal matter was resolved. So that is why it took me 3 years to get these people to dismiss this fraudulent case against me. And after 3 years, they dismissed it. Judge Fallon still has not moved forward with my child custody case. I'm still trying to get my case in the courts, and they still just keep ignoring. This is a problem in the world today, and dcfs need to change their rules. And the only way they're going to do that is if we as parents, bond together and take some kind of action against them. Until then, they're just going to be abusing their power, which is what they did to me. The lady removed my children just because she got upset with me because of something that I said to her. And it was nothing personal. I didn't use any profanity or anything. I just wanted to let her know that I felt that the way they had handled my case was very poor, that no one could get back to me about me visiting with my children. And this went on and on and on for the first 3 to 4 weeks of their investigation. I was denied visitation with my children because nobody got back to me. And their excuse after those 4 weeks to me was, your case is closed. We no longer have any involvement in that. And then after that, I went and got my children. You had me falsely arrested. And then you add allegations to my file of lack of supervision and sexual abuse to try to justify what you did. And even worse than what they did is the people that sit idly by knowing that they did these things and let them get away with it. I blame them more than the ones who did the dirt. They are definitely just as responsible. Just as responsible.